First, men are inherently driven by ambition and a desire to seek the best, to pursue not only success but also the highest potential in relationships. This means that some women, through no fault of their own, are seen as valuable in a way that others are not. This valuation isn't simply about appearance or superficial traits, it's about the perceived role a woman plays in a man's life and his ambitions for the future. When a man sees a woman who compliments him, who challenges him and aligns with his vision of what he wants his life to be, he's likely to treat her like a queen, placing her on a pedestal. Second, a man's treatment of a woman is often determined by his perception of her independence and strength. Women who are self-sufficient, who have clear boundaries, who carry themselves with dignity and self-respect, are often seen as more desirable partners. A woman with strength and confidence does not just complete a man's life, but she challenges him to grow, to evolve, to meet her on her level. This is why men who see these qualities often treat them with the reverence they deserve. Third, emotional connection and compatibility. When a man shares a profound emotional bond with a woman, he sees her as integral to his sense of identity. This is the kind of connection that makes a woman feel like a queen because she isn't simply a temporary companion or accessory. She is a central part of his being, someone he cherishes not for what she offers him, but for who she is. The depth of this connection is not something that can be replicated with others who do not offer the same emotional resonance. Conversely, there are times when men treat women like options. These women are viewed as convenient, disposable, or replaceable. Why does this happen? The truth is that often men don't see these women as offering the same level of fulfillment. These women may be entertaining, attractive, or available, but they may not offer that deep emotional connection or sense of shared purpose that would make a man commit to them fully. As a result, they are seen as placeholders, an option until something more substantial comes along. The power dynamic plays a significant role too. In some cases, men treat women like options because they feel a sense of power over them. If a man believes that a woman is dependent on him, either financially, emotionally, or socially, he may fail to recognize her intrinsic value, treating her as someone who can be easily replaced or controlled. When a woman has her own sense of power, when she has established her own sense of self-worth and independence, she is far less likely to tolerate being treated as an option, and men recognize that. Another critical element is societal conditioning. Men are often conditioned from an early age to pursue women who are either emotionally available or easy to please. It can be tempting, even subconscious, for men to take the path of least resistance, engaging with women who make them feel good, without challenging them to be better versions of themselves. These relationships are more transactional, often built around what is convenient rather than what is meaningful. Furthermore, past experiences can shape how men treat women. A man who has been hurt or betrayed in previous relationships might treat new women with caution, distancing himself emotionally from those he does not view as queen-worthy. The result is a lack of emotional availability, which makes it difficult for those women to experience the depth of commitment that others might receive. Then, of course, there's the influence of insecurity and ego. Some men, motivated by a need to prove their worth, might chase after women who they believe will elevate their social status or whose approval will give them a sense of validation. These women, often placed on a pedestal, are admired because they represent a form of achievement, not necessarily for their character or intrinsic value. Lastly, how men treat women often reflects their own self-esteem and inner conflicts. Men who struggle with their own sense of worth may gravitate toward relationships that reinforce their feelings of inadequacy, treating women in ways that ultimately reflect how they view themselves. If a man sees himself as unworthy, he may struggle to form relationships that honor the worth of those around him. A man's ambition and the vision he holds for his future are powerful forces that shape how he engages with women. These forces often dictate who he considers worthy of his time, commitment, and emotional investment. When a man perceives a woman as a valuable part of his life's trajectory, someone who can contribute meaningfully to his long-term goals and aspirations, he treats her with the utmost respect and care. This is when a woman is elevated to the status of a queen in his eyes, not simply because of her physical appearance or her ability to fulfill immediate desires, but because she represents something larger in his world, an ally in his pursuit of greatness. This treatment stems from a psychological need for alignment and purpose. Men are driven by goals, and for many, those goals are not just about personal success, but about building a life that reflects their values, their mission, and their sense of identity. When they find a woman who shares those values, who understands and supports their ambitions, and who actively contributes to that vision, she becomes more than just a partner, she becomes an essential force in his life. In these cases, she isn't just present as a passive observer or someone to fill the role of a romantic companion, she is actively involved in shaping the future they are building together. Such a woman is viewed as a source of strength and inspiration. Her support provides a foundation upon which the man can lean as he faces challenges, knowing that she will be there to encourage, challenge, and stand by him. Her intelligence, ambition, and vision align with his, creating a partnership where both parties are working toward a common goal. This dynamic naturally leads to a deeper level of respect and commitment. When a man recognizes that a woman is not only a reflection of his desires but also a partner in his life's work, she is placed on a pedestal, revered not just for who she is but for what she represents in the grander scheme of his life. The significance of this alignment cannot be understated. Men who have a clear sense of their future often seek out relationships that reinforce their goals. They do not want distractions, nor do they want someone who pulls them in conflicting directions. A woman who complements and enhances his vision becomes indispensable. Her role is no longer incidental, she becomes a central pillar in his personal and professional life. Her perspective may be a source of wisdom, her support a source of emotional stability, and her ambition a shared fuel for both of their journeys. The mutual respect born out of this kind of partnership leads to the queen-like treatment. A man treats her with admiration because he sees her as someone who elevates his existence, someone whose contributions are seen as indispensable. This is not to say that the woman is seen as a mere extension of his success. Rather, she is valued for her unique qualities, her independent strengths, and the profound impact she has on his life. Her value is not defined by her ability to cater to his needs or desires, but by her capacity to stand beside him and walk with him toward the future they are both building together. This perspective challenges the traditional notion of romantic relationships, where the idea of a woman being treated like a queen is often tied to superficial concepts of beauty or charm. The true foundation of such respect lies in shared values and a deep emotional connection that transcends temporary attraction. Men do not simply treat women like queens because they find them attractive in the moment, but because they see them as partners in something much more significant. This shared journey where both parties are equally invested in the success of the relationship and their individual growth fosters a kind of reverence that goes beyond what is expected in a typical romantic engagement. In this context, the woman becomes a central figure in the man's life, not as an accessory, but as someone whose presence, intellect, and emotional maturity add immense value. A man who is serious about his future knows that he cannot afford to have someone who does not align with his vision. Therefore, when he encounters a woman who does, he treats her not just with care, but with an almost sacred reverence, understanding that the future they build together will be far more profound than anything he could achieve alone. Independence and strength in a woman are qualities that tend to evoke a deep respect in a man. These traits often serve as the foundation of a dynamic where a man not only values a woman for who she is, but also recognizes her as an equal partner in life. A woman who is self-sufficient, who knows her worth and maintains strong boundaries, is viewed as someone who is not only capable of taking care of herself, but who also challenges the man to rise to his best potential. This dynamic fosters a deep sense of admiration because when a man encounters a woman with independence and strength, he realizes that his relationship with her is not just about filling emotional or practical needs. It is about building something that is mutually empowering and meaningful. The presence of independence in a woman signals to a man that she is not dependent on him for her sense of self or for her happiness. She has a life of her own, a sense of purpose that is separate from her relationship with him. This can be incredibly attractive to a man because it removes the pressure of feeling solely responsible for her well-being. A woman who is confident in herself, who has her own ambitions, and who pursues her goals with determination presents herself as an individual in her own right, not just as an extension of the man's identity or a vehicle for fulfilling his emotional needs. For many men, the attraction to this kind of strength comes from the idea that relationships should be a partnership of equals. A woman who is strong and independent does not need to be saved or constantly reassured. Her strength creates an environment of respect and balance, where both individuals feel empowered to pursue their own dreams, grow, and challenge each other. This dynamic encourages a deeper connection because there is no sense of ownership or dependence, but rather a shared journey of mutual growth. The man feels that he is in a relationship with someone who is fully capable of standing on her own, which in turn frees him to pursue his own potential with the knowledge that he is not carrying an unequal load. The recognition of strength in a woman also leads to the development of a deeper emotional connection. A woman who stands firm in her beliefs and her values will naturally attract a man who admires those traits. Her emotional stability and ability to maintain her own sense of identity, even within the complexities of a relationship, are qualities that provide a foundation for lasting intimacy. This kind of relationship goes beyond fleeting attraction or infatuation. It is rooted in a recognition of each other as whole, complete individuals. When a man sees that a woman is strong enough to maintain her autonomy while still being capable of deep emotional connection, he values her in a way that transcends superficial standards. Moreover, the boundaries that a strong, independent woman sets in a relationship are crucial for maintaining respect. She knows where her limits are, what she will tolerate, and what she will not. A man who is genuinely interested in a long-term, meaningful relationship will respect these boundaries because he understands that they are not a reflection of immaturity or defensiveness, but a sign of self-respect. A woman who maintains healthy boundaries shows a man that she is not willing to settle for less than she deserves, and this creates a standard that encourages him to show up as his best self. The absence of unhealthy dependency or manipulation creates a relationship built on trust, where both parties know that their needs and feelings will be treated with respect. This strength and independence also allow a woman to maintain her sense of individuality within the context of a relationship. While relationships often require compromise, a woman who is clear about her own goals, desires, and limits will bring a sense of authenticity to the relationship. She will not lose herself in the pursuit of another person's needs or desires. A man who is attracted to her will respect this aspect of her because it ensures that the relationship is a reflection of mutual respect, where neither party is expected to give up their identity or purpose. The idea of being with someone who values their own path yet is willing to share in the journey of life is deeply powerful. In many ways, a woman's independence and strength act as a mirror to a man's own growth. When a man is with someone who embodies these qualities, he is often challenged to be more. He sees in her a reflection of what he can become stronger, more self-assured, and more capable of navigating life's challenges with resilience. This kind of relationship pushes both partners to evolve, both individually and together. The mutual respect that arises from this dynamic fosters a deeper and more fulfilling connection, because each person is allowed to flourish in their own right, knowing that they are valued not just for what they offer to the other, but for who they are as individuals. The emotional connection and compatibility between a man and a woman often define the depth and strength of a relationship. When a man shares a profound emotional bond with a woman, he sees her not only as a companion, but as an integral part of his life, someone who is woven into the very fabric of his existence. This connection transcends mere affection or physical attraction. It is rooted in understanding shared values and a deep sense of trust. Such a bond creates an environment in which both individuals can feel truly seen, valued, and supported, allowing them to build a meaningful and lasting partnership. At the core of this emotional connection is the ability to communicate openly and honestly. When a man and a woman share an authentic emotional connection, they can express their thoughts, feelings, and vulnerabilities without fear of judgment or rejection. This openness fosters a deep sense of safety within the relationship, allowing both parties to be their true selves without pretending to be something they are not. A man who feels emotionally safe with a woman will treat her with a level of respect and care that is rooted in this deep trust. He knows that his emotional needs will be met with understanding, and that he too can support her in return. This emotional bond often develops when two people align on a fundamental level. Their values, beliefs, and life goals resonate with each other, creating a sense of shared purpose. It is not just about having fun or enjoying each other's company in the short term. It is about knowing that together they can build something lasting and meaningful. A woman who connects with a man on this level is seen not just as someone to spend time with, but as someone who is part of his long-term vision. She is more than an option or a fleeting companion. She is integral to his future, and her presence in his life feels essential. The connection is not limited to emotional compatibility, but also extends to intellectual and spiritual alignment. When a man and woman are emotionally connected, they begin to understand and appreciate each other's way of thinking. Conversations flow easily, and they feel comfortable challenging one another intellectually without the fear of offending or being misunderstood. This intellectual compatibility deepens their connection because it creates a shared space where both individuals feel stimulated, inspired, and supported. It is within this space that both partners feel they can grow, evolve, and push each other to become better versions of themselves. The strength of this emotional bond also allows both individuals to navigate the complexities of life together. Relationships are not without their challenges, but when a man and woman share a deep emotional connection, they are better equipped to face those challenges as a united front. There is a sense of partnership in which both people are committed to working through difficulties, supporting one another through hardships, and finding solutions together. This level of commitment ensures that the relationship is not fragile or easily swayed by external pressures. Instead, it is built on a foundation of mutual respect, trust, and a shared desire to make the relationship work, no matter what obstacles may arise. For a man, this emotional connection fosters a sense of appreciation and admiration for the woman he is with. He sees her as someone who is not just a companion in the moment, but someone who brings depth, meaning, and richness to his life. Her emotional intelligence, her ability to empathize, and the way she understands him at his core make her indispensable to him. This is why men often treat women with reverence when this kind of bond is present. They see them not just as objects of affection, but as partners in the true sense, those with whom they can share their lives and build a future. In a healthy, emotionally connected relationship, a man feels that his emotional needs are being met in a way that nurtures his well-being. He feels understood, valued, and cared for in a way that goes beyond the superficial aspects of romance. The emotional intimacy that develops between him and a woman in this type of relationship strengthens their bond and solidifies their connection. This depth of emotional connection is not something that can easily be replicated with others. And it is precisely this unique bond that makes a woman feel like a queen in his eyes, because she is seen for who she truly is, valued not for what she brings in terms of physical attraction or status, but for the depth of connection and compatibility they share on an emotional level. The emotional connection also creates a sense of balance within the relationship. It allows both partners to be vulnerable without fear of judgment, to share their insecurities, their dreams, and their flaws, knowing that they will be supported rather than criticized. This mutual vulnerability fosters intimacy and trust, which are essential for a lasting and fulfilling relationship. In this space, a man sees a woman as more than just a partner. She becomes his confidante, his supporter, and his equal, and he treats her with the respect and reverence that come with this deep emotional connection. There are times when men treat women as options rather than as valued partners, and this often occurs when the emotional connection or deeper compatibility is either absent or insufficient. When a man sees a woman as an option, he is not fully invested in her or in the relationship. Rather, he views her as a temporary presence in his life, something that can be replaced if the right person comes along. This perspective is often rooted in a lack of genuine emotional attachment or a belief that the woman does not align with his deeper goals, values, or desires. The difference between being treated like a queen and being treated like an option lies in the depth of connection and the level of commitment that is present in the relationship. When a man treats a woman like an option, it often indicates that he is not emotionally committed to her in the way that he would if he truly saw her as a long-term partner. In such a scenario, the man may be drawn to her for surface-level traits such as physical attraction, availability, or convenience, but he does not see her as someone who can be relied upon for deeper emotional fulfillment, or as someone who plays a central role in his long-term plans. A woman who is treated as an option is often left wondering where she truly stands, because the relationship lacks the emotional investment or consistent attention that one would expect from a meaningful partnership. A key element in this dynamic is that the woman may not fulfill the man's deeper emotional needs or personal vision. In relationships where emotional depth is lacking, the man may not feel a sense of profound connection or compatibility with the woman. Instead, he may be more focused on short-term gratification, physical attraction, or the convenience of having a companion. While these relationships can be enjoyable and fulfilling in the moment, they lack the stability and long-term potential that come with a deeper bond. As a result, the man may not treat the woman with the same level of reverence or commitment that he would someone he views as integral to his life's journey. The woman, in this case, often feels undervalued, as though she is not truly seen or appreciated for who she is. The lack of emotional commitment or shared vision creates an environment where she may feel like she is constantly competing for attention or affection. She may question her worth within the relationship because the man's actions indicate that he is not fully invested. The relationship becomes one-sided, where her emotional needs are not fully met, and she is left with the sense that she is expendable, that she could be easily replaced if someone else were to come along who meets his needs in a more immediate or convenient way. This is often a result of the man's inability or unwillingness to recognize the woman as someone who is worthy of deeper emotional investment. It may not be because of any flaw in the woman herself, but because the man has not developed the capacity to see her beyond a surface level. He may be searching for something else, whether it's the perfect partner, someone who aligns more closely with his ideals, or simply someone who offers him less emotional complexity or challenge. He may be reluctant to commit to her because he does not view her as fulfilling his vision for the future, or perhaps he does not believe she complements his aspirations in a way that would warrant long-term dedication. As a result, he remains emotionally distant, treating her as one of many options rather than as a priority. Another factor that contributes to a woman being treated as an option is the prevalence of emotional unavailability. A man who has been hurt in past relationships, or one who struggles with his own emotional issues, may keep a certain distance from those he perceives as emotionally vulnerable. Rather than taking the time to form a deep emotional connection, He might keep the relationship superficial and avoid becoming too invested. This emotional detachment often leads to him treating the woman as an option, someone to occupy time or fulfill short-term desires, but not someone with whom he wants to build a long-term, meaningful partnership. The lack of genuine commitment in this type of relationship is also driven by the man's own insecurities or lack of clarity about what he truly wants. When a man is unsure of his own desires or lacks a clear sense of direction, he may treat relationships as temporary or expendable. In these cases, a woman may be seen as someone to pass the time with, someone who provides companionship without the emotional depth or complexity that comes with real commitment. The uncertainty or lack of clarity within the man creates a dynamic where the woman is not given the full respect or attention she deserves. In such relationships, the man often keeps his options open, avoiding the vulnerability and responsibility that come with deeper emotional commitment. He may continue to date other women or keep his emotional energy spread across multiple people, never fully dedicating himself to any one person. This lack of focus and commitment further reinforces the idea that the woman is an option rather than a priority. She may feel as though she is constantly being compared to others or that her place in his life is uncertain. This kind of treatment leaves the woman feeling undervalued and unimportant, as her needs for emotional connection and security are not being met. Ultimately, when a man treats a woman like an option, it reflects a lack of true commitment or emotional depth. The relationship becomes transactional, based more on convenience and momentary satisfaction than on building something meaningful together. The woman, in turn, often feels disposable, as if she is simply filling a temporary role in his life. This dynamic is damaging because it undermines the possibility of building a lasting, fulfilling relationship based on trust, respect, and mutual investment. It is not until the man recognizes and values the woman for who she truly is that she can be treated with the reverence and care that comes from being seen as a true partner rather than as an option. Respect is a cornerstone of any meaningful relationship, and when a man views a woman as a queen, it is often because he deeply respects her as an individual and values her as an equal partner. Respect manifests in many ways within a relationship, and it is not limited to how a man treats a woman outwardly, but rather reflects a deeper understanding and acknowledgement of her worth, her strengths, and her contributions. A woman who is treated with respect is seen for who she truly is: her character, her intelligence, her values, and the unique qualities she brings to the relationship. This respect creates an environment in which both individuals feel valued, appreciated, and empowered to be their authentic selves. When a man respects a woman, he shows this through his actions and words. He listens to her, values her opinions, and recognizes her independence. Respect in a relationship means that both partners are treated as equals, with neither person holding a position of superiority or inferiority. A man who treats a woman like a queen sees her not as someone to be controlled or dominated, but as someone whose ideas, feelings, and perspectives are just as important as his own. This sense of equality is foundational to building a strong, lasting connection, as it fosters an environment where both individuals feel that their contributions matter and that their emotional needs will be met in a fair and balanced way. Respect also means being mindful of how a man speaks to a woman and how he handles disagreements or difficult situations. A man who respects a woman does not belittle her, insult her, or diminish her worth in any way. He treats her with kindness and understanding even when they disagree. Disagreements are inevitable in any relationship, but how a man handles them speaks volumes about the level of respect he has for the woman. A man who respects his partner will approach conflicts with the intention of finding a resolution that takes both parties' feelings into account, rather than simply asserting his own viewpoint. This willingness to listen and understand creates an atmosphere of mutual respect and ensures that both individuals feel heard and valued, even when they do not see eye to eye. Respect also involves recognizing and appreciating the woman's strengths and individuality. A man who sees a woman as a queen acknowledges her unique qualities and understands that she is not defined by her relationship with him alone. He celebrates her accomplishments, supports her goals, and encourages her to grow and thrive as an individual. This level of respect allows both partners to flourish within the relationship, as they are free to pursue their own passions and dreams without fear of judgment or disapproval. When a woman feels respected in this way, she is more likely to reciprocate that respect, creating a healthy and balanced dynamic in which both individuals are empowered to be their best selves. This respect also extends to the woman's boundaries. A man who respects a woman understands the importance of boundaries in maintaining a healthy relationship. He does not pressure her into doing things she is uncomfortable with, nor does he attempt to manipulate or control her actions. Respecting boundaries means acknowledging that both individuals have the right to maintain their own space, autonomy, and personal interests within the relationship. A man who respects his partner's boundaries also demonstrates his commitment to her well-being and emotional security. This fosters trust and ensures that both individuals feel safe and valued in the relationship. Moreover, a man's respect for a woman goes beyond just how he treats her in the relationship. It also reflects how he speaks about her to others. A man who treats a woman like a queen will speak of her with admiration and appreciation, never demeaning or objectifying her. He will be proud of her accomplishments and speak highly of her character. This kind of respect extends into all areas of his life, and it is evident in the way he interacts with the people around him. His admiration for her is not confined to private moments, but is something he is willing to share with others, showing that he values her deeply and is not afraid to express his respect and admiration. The foundation of respect in a relationship also includes emotional support. A man who treats a woman like a queen will provide emotional security by offering his unwavering support, particularly during challenging times. Whether she is facing personal struggles, professional challenges, or emotional turmoil, he will stand by her side, offering comfort and encouragement. This kind of emotional support is a powerful demonstration of respect because it shows that the man is invested in her well-being and is willing to be there for her through thick and thin. His commitment to supporting her emotionally reinforces the sense of equality and partnership within the relationship, ensuring that both individuals feel that they are not facing life's challenges alone. A man who truly respects a woman will also take the time to understand her needs and desires. He will recognize that she is a complex individual with her own thoughts, emotions, and dreams, and he will make an effort to meet her needs in a way that honors her as a person. This attentiveness to her needs reflects a deep level of respect and a genuine desire to contribute to her happiness and fulfillment. By taking the time to understand her, he ensures that she feels seen, heard, and appreciated. Ultimately, when a man treats a woman like a queen, it is because he has cultivated a deep respect for her as an individual. He values her, admires her, and treats her with the dignity and reverence she deserves. This respect creates a relationship where both partners can thrive, supporting each other's growth and success while also nurturing the connection they share. A man who respects a woman understands that the strength of their relationship lies not in domination or control, but in mutual admiration, equality, and support. When this respect is present, the woman is elevated to the status of a queen, not because of superficial reasons, but because of the deep recognition of her worth as an equal and valued partner. When a man values a woman as a queen, he shows this through his unwavering support and commitment to her. This kind of treatment goes beyond superficial affection or temporary infatuation. It reflects a deeper, more profound understanding of the woman's worth. A man who treats a woman with this level of regard is committed to her well-being, growth, and happiness in both the short and long term. This commitment is not just verbal, it is demonstrated in consistent actions that reflect his genuine investment in the relationship and in her as an individual. A commitment to a woman goes far beyond simply staying in a relationship. It's about showing up for her in meaningful ways, being present during both the joyous and challenging times. A man who truly values his partner sees her as someone to support through life's trials, not just someone to enjoy when things are easy. His commitment is evident when he stands by her side through difficulties, offering encouragement and assistance when she faces obstacles or adversity. Whether she's pursuing a challenging career goal, navigating personal struggles, or simply facing the everyday ups and downs of life, his support is unwavering. He provides the emotional, mental, and sometimes even physical strength she may need, ensuring she never feels alone in the journey. The commitment of a man who sees a woman as a queen is also reflected in his dedication to her personal growth. Rather than seeking to control or diminish her, he encourages her to pursue her passions, take risks, and challenge herself. This support helps her build confidence and grow into the best version of herself. A man who sees a woman as a queen understands that a healthy relationship is one where both partners can evolve and reach their potential. He is not threatened by her success, but rather he celebrates it. His commitment to her growth is a powerful reminder that he sees her as an equal partner in the relationship, someone with her own desires, dreams, and ambitions. Furthermore, a man who treats a woman as a queen is committed to understanding her needs and desires, both emotionally and physically. He does not take her for granted or assume that he knows what she wants. Instead, he actively listens and engages with her to ensure he is meeting her needs. This is an essential part of a committed relationship, being attentive to the other person's feelings and requirements. A man who genuinely values a woman will make the effort to learn what makes her happy, what makes her feel loved, and what makes her feel secure. His commitment to her extends to his willingness to adapt, compromise, and make adjustments in order to meet her needs, showing that her happiness and comfort are as important to him as his own. In addition to emotional and mental support, the man's commitment to a woman as a queen is often demonstrated through physical and practical actions. This might include taking care of her in times of need, supporting her financially when required, or helping her with tasks and responsibilities that lighten her load. A man who values his partner will make an effort to ensure that she is well cared for, not just when it's convenient for him, but consistently throughout their relationship. His commitment is reflected in his actions, and he makes sure that his words align with the promises he has made to her. The foundation of this commitment also involves a deep sense of loyalty. A man who treats a woman like a queen is not looking for alternatives or distractions. He is not searching for someone else to fulfill the role she plays in his life. His loyalty is shown in his exclusivity and devotion as he remains focused on nurturing and strengthening his connection with her. This loyalty goes beyond the obvious actions. It includes being honest, reliable, and trustworthy, as well as demonstrating that he is invested in her happiness and their shared future. In a committed relationship, a man shows his devotion not just through grand gestures, but through the day-to-day actions that communicate love and loyalty. His commitment means that he does not take her for granted or neglect the relationship, even during times of stress or routine. He puts in the effort to ensure that she feels valued, cherished, and understood. A man who is genuinely committed will prioritize the relationship and make time for his partner, ensuring that their bond remains strong, even in the face of challenges. Commitment also means being there for the woman in moments of vulnerability. A man who values his partner as a queen does not shy away from the deeper, more intimate parts of the relationship. He is willing to be vulnerable with her, sharing his own fears, insecurities, and dreams, creating an environment of mutual openness and trust. This level of emotional vulnerability strengthens the connection between them, as both partners can share their most authentic selves without fear of judgment. It also deepens the trust they have in one another, making the relationship more resilient and enduring. Lastly, a committed man will always put effort into maintaining and deepening the bond he shares with the woman he treats as a queen. This includes continually finding new ways to show her affection, appreciation, and love. Relationships require constant nurturing, and a man who values his partner understands that he must actively work to keep the connection strong. Whether through small, everyday gestures or more significant, meaningful actions, he ensures that the woman knows she is loved, cherished, and prioritized. His commitment to her is not a passive or one-time action. It is a dynamic, ongoing process that shows she is his priority and that he is willing to invest his time, energy, and effort into creating a fulfilling and lasting partnership. In every aspect of his actions, from emotional support to practical care, the man demonstrates a commitment that is consistent, loyal, and devoted. This level of commitment ensures that the woman feels safe, valued, and appreciated in the relationship. It provides a sense of security and stability, knowing that her partner is fully invested in their shared life and future. The foundation of respect, understanding, and devotion makes the woman feel that she is not just an option, but truly the queen in his life. When a man treats a woman like a queen, he often does so because he has a deep sense of admiration for her individuality and the unique qualities she brings to the relationship. This admiration is not superficial. It goes beyond physical appearance or temporary attractions. It is rooted in a profound recognition of her character, her intellect, her kindness, her strength, and the way she enhances his life in ways that are deeply meaningful. A man who values a woman in this way appreciates the full depth of who she is, seeing her as a multifaceted person who has much to offer, and this admiration influences how he treats her. A key element of this admiration is the way a man recognizes the woman's inherent worth, independent of external factors such as her looks or status. While physical attraction may play a role in the initial stages of a relationship, a man who truly treats a woman like a queen sees her as much more than that. He admires her as a person, appreciating her for her values, her passions, and her authentic self. He sees her not just as a companion, but as someone who brings depth and richness to his life through her unique perspectives, ideas, and qualities. This type of admiration creates a foundation of respect, where the woman feels valued for who she truly is, not just for the role she plays in his life. This admiration also extends to the woman's character and personality. A man who treats a woman like a queen appreciates the way she handles challenges, the strength she demonstrates in adversity, and the resilience she shows when faced with difficult situations. He admires her emotional intelligence, the way she understands and responds to the world around her, and the way she supports and nurtures those she loves. Her qualities, whether it's her sense of humor, her creativity, her empathy, or her ability to lead, are seen as gifts, and he recognizes the depth and value of these traits. This admiration is not fleeting. It is a constant, steady appreciation that grows over time as he continues to learn more about her and deepen his understanding of who she is. The admiration a man has for a woman as a queen is also expressed in the way he listens to her and values her opinions. He seeks her perspective on important matters, recognizing that her insights and views are valuable and contribute to their shared decision-making. Whether it's in their personal lives, their careers, or in larger life choices, he sees her as an equal partner whose voice matters. He does not dismiss her thoughts or disregard her opinions. Instead, he actively engages with her, valuing her input and recognizing that she is an intelligent and capable individual in her own right. This level of admiration fosters a relationship in which both partners feel heard and respected, strengthening the emotional connection between them. In relationships where a man admires a woman deeply, he is also more inclined to support her goals and ambitions. Rather than feeling threatened by her success, he celebrates it. He sees her growth and achievements as a reflection of the strength and capability she possesses, and he takes pride in supporting her as she pursues her dreams. This admiration leads to a relationship where both individuals are empowered to pursue their individual goals, knowing that they will be supported by one another. The man's admiration is not rooted in control or competition, but in a shared understanding that both partners can grow and thrive, individually and together. Furthermore, admiration in this context also involves recognizing and appreciating the sacrifices she makes for the relationship and for others. A woman who is treated like a queen is often someone who is selfless and dedicated, and a man who values her recognizes the effort she puts into maintaining their bond, nurturing their home, or caring for others. This appreciation for her sacrifices is not taken for granted. It is acknowledged and celebrated. A man who admires his partner deeply will go out of his way to make sure she knows how much he values what she does, acknowledging both the big and small ways she contributes to their shared life. This makes her feel seen, appreciated, and respected in a way that reinforces her importance in the relationship. Another key element of admiration is the way a man supports a woman's independence and individuality. Rather than viewing her autonomy as a threat to the relationship, he recognizes that her ability to maintain her independence, whether through her career, personal interests, or social connections, only enhances her value as a partner. A man who admires a woman as a queen understands that she is a complete person in her own right, and he respects her need for space, personal growth, and the pursuit of her own interests. This admiration allows her to feel free to be herself without fear of judgment or restriction, which in turn makes her feel more secure and valued within the relationship. In this dynamic, the man's admiration for the woman's qualities also extends to her vulnerabilities. He recognizes that no one is perfect, and he appreciates the way she confronts her own fears, weaknesses, and challenges with courage and authenticity. Rather than attempting to change or fix her, he offers understanding and support, recognizing that her imperfections are part of what makes her beautifully human. His admiration is not conditional upon her being flawless, but is rooted in the love and respect he feels for her as a whole person. This deep admiration also creates a foundation for the man to treat the woman with patience and kindness. Because he truly values her, he is more willing to approach difficult situations with a calm and understanding demeanor. He is not quick to judge or criticize, but instead approaches challenges with a mindset of cooperation and mutual respect. This admiration fosters an environment where both partners feel safe and loved, and ensures that the relationship is one of mutual care and understanding. In a relationship where a man admires a woman like a queen, the woman is seen for the full spectrum of who she is, the good, the challenging, and everything in between. This admiration nurtures the relationship, creating a bond that is grounded in respect, understanding, and an ongoing appreciation of each other's individuality. Through this admiration, the woman is made to feel that she is valued not just for what she brings to the relationship, but for who she is as a person, and that kind of recognition elevates her in ways that deepen the emotional connection and strengthen the foundation of their shared life. When a man treats a woman like a queen, it is often because he has a profound understanding of the importance of partnership and shared responsibility. He recognizes that a successful relationship is not about one person dominating or controlling the other, but about two individuals coming together to build something meaningful and lasting. In such relationships, both partners share equal responsibility for maintaining the emotional, mental, and practical balance between them. This balance is essential for the relationship's longevity and health, as it fosters mutual trust, cooperation, and respect. A man who treats a woman like a queen understands that she is not an accessory to his life or an afterthought. She is a central and equal participant in their shared journey. A key part of this shared responsibility is recognizing that both partners have their own roles to play in making the relationship work. In a partnership where a man values a woman as a queen, there is a clear understanding that both individuals bring something valuable to the table. These contributions may look different depending on the couple's individual circumstances, but they are equally important. A man who truly appreciates his partner sees her as a collaborator, someone who shares in the decisions and actions that shape their lives together. Whether it's making financial decisions, planning for the future, or handling day-to-day tasks, the woman's input is considered essential and her contributions are respected. When a man treats a woman like a queen, he is also willing to share in the emotional labor that comes with maintaining a relationship. Emotional labor refers to the effort required to keep the emotional connection between partners strong, such as providing support during difficult times, offering encouragement, and being there for one another in ways that go beyond physical presence. In a balanced relationship, both partners are responsible for providing this emotional support. A man who values a woman as a queen knows that emotional well-being cannot be one-sided. He is there for her when she needs someone to talk to, when she faces personal struggles, or when she simply needs reassurance. He recognizes that emotional labor is not just the responsibility of one person, but is something that should be shared equally between both partners. This shared responsibility also extends to the way a man treats a woman in the context of their shared life goals. A healthy relationship involves working together toward common objectives, whether that's building a family, achieving financial stability, or pursuing personal or professional dreams. When a man values a woman as a queen, he understands that her goals and aspirations are just as important as his own, and that their success is intertwined. This shared vision creates a sense of unity and purpose, and it encourages both partners to put in the effort required to achieve those goals. A man who treats a woman with this level of respect sees her as an equal contributor to their shared future, and he works alongside her to make their dreams a reality. Another aspect of shared responsibility is the understanding that both partners must invest in maintaining the health of the relationship itself. A relationship requires ongoing effort from both individuals to nurture love, respect, and connection. When a man treats a woman like a queen, he recognizes that he must continually invest time and energy into the relationship, just as she does. He makes an effort to communicate openly, spend quality time together, and resolve conflicts in a healthy and constructive way. This commitment to the relationship shows that he does not take it for granted. He sees it as something worth protecting and cultivating. By sharing the responsibility for the relationship's success, both partners feel a sense of ownership and accountability, which strengthens the bond between them. In a partnership where a man treats a woman like a queen, shared responsibility also means recognizing and respecting each other's boundaries. Both individuals have the right to maintain their own autonomy and individuality within the relationship. A man who values his partner understands that she is not solely defined by her relationship with him, and he supports her in pursuing her own passions, interests, and goals. He respects her need for personal space and growth, and he encourages her to explore her own interests outside of the relationship. By sharing responsibility for maintaining the balance between closeness and independence, both partners can thrive individually while strengthening their connection. Moreover, shared responsibility in a relationship involves being accountable for one's own actions and behavior. A man who treats a woman like a queen is willing to take responsibility for his own shortcomings and mistakes without deflecting blame onto her or anyone else. He acknowledges when he has done something wrong, apologizes sincerely, and takes steps to correct his behavior. This accountability fosters an environment of trust and honesty, where both partners feel secure in knowing that they can rely on each other to be responsible for their actions. By being accountable, both partners can work together to resolve conflicts and prevent misunderstandings from eroding the relationship. When a man treats a woman like a queen, he also values the importance of equality in decision-making. This means that both partners are involved in making important decisions that affect their lives, whether those decisions pertain to finances, career moves, family planning, or any other aspect of their shared life. A man who values his partner as a queen does not make unilateral decisions or impose his will on her. Instead, he respects her input and ensures that both voices are heard before making any major choices. This collaborative approach to decision-making fosters a sense of shared responsibility, as both individuals feel that they have an equal stake in shaping the direction of their lives together. This shared responsibility in relationships also extends to the way a man treats the woman in terms of everyday acts of care and support. While emotional and financial support are important, there are also small, everyday gestures that demonstrate a shared commitment to maintaining a healthy relationship. Whether it's helping with household chores, running errands together, or simply being present for one another in day-to-day life, these actions speak volumes about the level of responsibility each partner is willing to take on. A man who treats a woman like a queen does not expect her to shoulder all of the responsibilities of their life together. Instead, he shares in the duties, showing that he is equally invested in the maintenance of their relationship and their home life. Ultimately, the key to a strong, lasting relationship lies in the shared responsibility between both partners. A man who treats a woman like a queen understands that a successful partnership requires effort, balance, and mutual respect. By sharing in the emotional, mental, and practical responsibilities of the relationship, both individuals can build a strong foundation of trust, love, and cooperation that will carry them through the challenges of life. This shared responsibility is what makes the woman feel valued and respected, as it ensures that the relationship is a partnership in every sense of the word. In conclusion, the dynamics of how men treat women, whether like queens or mere options, are deeply rooted in the values of respect, commitment, and understanding. A man who treats a woman like a queen does so because he recognizes her inherent worth, admires her individuality, and values her as an equal partner. This admiration goes beyond superficial qualities. It is rooted in deep emotional support, shared responsibility, and an unwavering commitment to her well-being and growth. By prioritizing mutual respect, loyalty, and collaboration, both partners can create a relationship grounded in equality, trust, and care. When a man views his partner as a queen, it reflects a relationship where both individuals thrive together, supporting each other's dreams and aspirations, and facing life's challenges as a united front. Ultimately, the way a man treats a woman is a reflection of the values he holds, and it is through these values that relationships are strengthened, nurtured, and made to endure.